hitting off the tee is such a key element anymore. Everything sounds good in the cage, that's a problem. You get onto an open field, you start taking BP and you see, wow, I'm not doing very good. My line drives are actually, landing in front of the second baseman and not going to the field that I thought. When you take the tee and start hitting on an open field and aim for targets at the top and bottom of the ball, you'll find out you get an immediate response back from it, and you have to hit good off the tee. You have to have a nice relaxed tempo. You have to have a good rotation of the hips and shoulders, not only in sync but at the same time, with the hips leading the swing, of course. And lastly, you need to get that palm down, palm up, X snap into the ball. You want to hit into the ball so you're hitting it square in the first half of the swing. That brings your point of contact back. And the tee allows you to do all those things, plus place it to other fields and hit by yourself. A lot of guys, Steve, that come on as novices on the tee will knock the tee over, and that just shows you that you need a slightly upswing like most of the pros do. And if you let your front shoulder come down and your mechanics are bad, you're going to beat the tee down, and you never knock the tee over very much. You're picking the ball clean off the tee. In fact, when you get going with this and get used to it, a lot of times the tee will not even move. You're going to hit the ball so solid the tee will not even move. When I'm practicing personally off the tee, one of the things that I really try to do is vary my swing. I don't try to hit all power, all line drives, all left field. I really work at trying to move the ball around, trying to see what I can do with that ball and different things. And I try to hit between left center and right center. And one of the things that I've found that's been a weakness of mine is hitting to right center, so I try to really work on that quite a bit. Let's see you take a couple top spins that way. Line drive, right center. Let's go up the middle, underspin. Left field, top spin, try to get over the shortstop in front of the outfielder. And split the gap between the outfielders too, I assume. And split the gap between the outfielders, ideally. Perfect. Nice thing about the evil balls is you can pick up that spin and you can really see the underspin or top spin. It's crucial to pick up that spin, and the evil balls are great for being able to pick that up. All right, what now, Steve? Backside? Let's go to backside. Right over second base. And now some underspin? Let's do a little underspin. Which field? Backside. This is a good way to work on power, and it's like anywhere else, you work with that by practicing going right side with power.
So when you set yourself up at the tee, you want to make sure your hips are open and your hands are at the point of contact, so it's right at the sweet spot. And then for a slow pitch, you always have that nice wind and a strong drive forward. You want to make sure once you get the sweet spot, then you take maybe like 10 inches back, so you have room for that nice long wind open and this nice strong step for your brace leg. One drill that you demonstrated real well that I really liked that was in the Analyzing and Correcting Swing Flaws is 1, 2, 3 snap drill. It really helps you get the hips and the wrists snapping together, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, it really helps your hips opening up, your upper body kind of pulling around with the hips, and then it gets that nice crisp snap. 1, 2. If you have a good body angle, Desi, and you're driving the ball up as a line drive or home run, you should be able to pick the ball clean off the tee, whether you're hitting the top, middle, or bottom of the ball. And that's a good... Yeah, you should be picking it clean off the tee, because otherwise you're kind of cleaving down at it, and your bat's getting stuck at the tee, and that's not a good, nice, crisp snap. Down and back to create that body angle. On that, you created the body angle good. You swung straight down through the tee. That's why if you weren't up through it, if you were pulling up through it, you want to pretend like you're hitting the ball, you're trying to hit it up there. You don't cut down on it to hit it up there. You still snap, but it's on a slightly leveled up angle. Just focus on pulling, trying to hit it up in the air. Nice. Don't overthink it, just get a feeling of what that feels like to go at that up angle. That was up through.
Nice. Ultimately, the tee doesn't give you the timing, but the tee helps you develop enough skills so when your skills get good and your tempo is good, you'll find the timing comes much easier. People that are always complaining about timing are finding out that the timing issues are caused by poor technique. And until you fix the technique, lots of times the timing issues won't go away. So good tempo brings on good timing, and good technique absolutely ensures that your timing will be much more easily managed. You got a target on that evil ball, and so you can aim at the top, bottom, or middle. Gives you a pretty good target, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Bob Russell's a genius.
The thing I like about the Evil BP ball is that it comes off the bat like a real softball. Feels nice and hard. The balls carry a long ways. An additional benefit to the ball is that you can actually see the rotation of the ball. One of the challenges I'll have occasionally is getting an inside-out connection with the ball, and with those balls, especially in center and right, I can really see how I'm striking the ball. So I really like it, and of course the other benefit, it's supposed to save the bat.
Well, the durability, we have about 3,000 or 4,000 swings on those balls, each one of them, and they, looks like it's brand new still, and they're easy on the bats. They have a little bit higher core, and the compression is still good enough. The combo, is much easier than any other ball that I've had out on the bats. We don't break them like we did before.
People are always asking us and telling us that they're old and they think that they're losing their power because of their age. Dave Pops North, who's 76, we got him getting back to almost hitting the ball out on a consistent basis, and it's not an age thing, it's more of your technique breaks down. Top end power is still there because it's a technical flaw that always breaks down, as opposed to a physical ailment that's holding you back.
An early winter has descended upon us here at Truman Stadium as we end Season 2 of Swing Makeover. I want to take a moment and thank everybody who was involved in the show and everybody who watched it. It's been a lot of fun, and we thank you. I also want to thank our sponsors. First off, Bob Russell from Evil Sports says if you go online, he's got a Swing Makeover special where if you put down Sexy Bear as your discount code, he'll give you 10% off on the Rocket Evil BP balls as a special thank you. From Shirts and Logos says that they're taking orders for the 2015 apparel. All the apparel you see that our staff wear, the great shirts and the great designs that they make there in Shirts and Logo, really tell the story of how they've been the pioneer in sub-dye. Anything you want made, those guys can do. There's nobody better in the world for quality and design for Shirts and Logos, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We thank them for being part of Season 2. Finally, I want to thank Dean Marini for being our main sponsor in Swing Makeover. The Senior 1 End Load is the highest performing senior bat I've ever swung. Out at Worlds this year with a bad back, I'd only had 24 swings all year. Yet through the work on the show, a lot of ibuprofen, and the Senior End Load, I hit the ball farther than I did when I was 50 years old. I had 17 home runs and I had 14 intentional walks through with the bases loaded. And I can't say enough about the bat. The bat had a lot to do with that. As much as it was mechanics, this bat, the performance was unbelievable. The durability is good on it. You get from 300 to 700 swings, but the performance is absolutely unbelievable. If you want a thoroughbred, something that's going to really take you up to the next level, the Senior 1 End Load is absolutely the highest performing bat on the market.
Stay loaded, my friends.
But Gene Smith and his staff at Softball Magazine are unbelievable in the scope and the amount of work that they put into softball, enhancing it for us as recreational players. They also have baseball and fast pitch featured, but for the slow pitch player, they have Bat Wars where you can try out the different bats. They have Softball Magazine Spring Training. That's where we tape most of the pros. It's first class all the way. You get hands-on-hands work with the pros. You have a bunch of bats from every manufacturer there, the new models you can try out. It gives you the ability to have a mini Bat Wars there. They supply with meals every day, a banquet. It's very affordable. And then, if that wasn't enough to make it every camper's ideal dream, you get at the banquet a prize package from one of the manufacturers. You get a bat pack usually, or bag, and then gloves or a shirt or a hat. And that alone pays for the price of the camp. So look them up online and get a subscription to the magazine. They'll get you started in the right direction.